Hello and welcome to the second video of the how to basically get good videos, just how to improve everything that you've been doing absolutely awfully up until now. So this video is basically going to be about audio, as you would have seen from the title. So your mic and your audio is over half of the entire video from other people's perspective. Now, it may sound a bit weird to think of it as over half, but according to studies and things, people would prefer to see really good, or prefer to hear good quality audio and have an awful, video, that have awful, picture? Is that what it's called? I don't know. I think so. Yeah, so the picture quality, they prefer to have good audio and bad picture quality instead of a fantastic 4K picture being absolutely amazing with absolutely terrible audio. Because studies show that people are more likely to stay involved with something with the better audio than they are with the better footage. Obviously, if you've got both them things, then you're ticking both boxes. But if you've got to pick between the two, I'd definitely say the better audio. As you saw in my last video, which you can check out up here, you can up your video quality without actually changing any gear through the whole backlighting and all the rest of it. That is good. With audio, it's not quite as easy. So yes, tip number one is to get yourself a good microphone. So the market has hundreds of fairly cheap but also very good microphones that can still produce absolutely amazing quality audio. And you can actually produce really good audio with little to no post-processing happening to it at all. So that's obviously a massive plus. Now, the microphone that you can get will obviously very much vary depending on your needs. So, are you sat at your desk talking to your microphone? Are you sat at a table doing a podcast with someone sat at the other side of the table? Are you in a room with multiple people sat around a desk doing a podcast, talking to all the different people? Are you there with a camera just happily vlogging? Depending on all your different needs, really depends as to what microphone you want to be getting. So the microphone I'm using at the minute to record this, just for anyone who's interested, is the AT2020 condenser microphone. So this microphone, if we have a look at the image that's here, is a cardioid condenser microphone. So if I want to explain what I mean by cardioid, it's basically there's different types of where the microphone is going to pick up the audio. So this can pick up my audio as well as sort of things in the vicinity around me. It's quite flexible because I can always get rid of a lot of the background noise in post, which is what I do for all of my videos, because I've got a PC that makes a weird buzz. I need to get it sorted, but I just can never be bothered. So I'd always just take that out and it dramatically improves it. But also I could leave it in if I'm, say, doing something that requires sound somewhere else and I want everyone to hear it. I have that option. So yeah, that's why I use the microphone that I use, and why I'd actually recommend the cardioid microphones for anyone who wants to do a similar sort of thing. Secondly, is something called a bidirectional microphone, which, bi meaning two. It takes all the sound from the front and the back of the microphone. So this is perfect for, that second example that I was talking about, where you have a person sat talking to someone else on a table and you can't afford two mics. So it's really good because it can pick up both ends. It wouldn't be so good in the setup that I'm in, because obviously I've got my keyboard behind here. Now you can probably hear that, but it's nowhere near as loud as it would be if the microphone was actually picking up the back sound properly. So it's good for certain situations, not good for others. I wouldn't recommend it for this or vlogging or something. It's just not what you'd want, because it'd just be picking up sound that's behind the camera. The next type of microphone I'm going to be talking about is the omnidirectional microphone. Now this is good for sitting in a large group with everyone talking, and as it states, it picks up sound from everywhere. It's not good in many situations, and they're not too common. Just like the bidirectional, it's not the most common of microphones, but you can still find them. They're not the best in the most situations, other than in that situation, and even then you need to make sure that you're getting the mic central in the table so that everyone sounds, like the levels of everyone are roughly the same, because otherwise if you've got it too close to someone, too far from someone else, they'll be a lot quieter, and as it's all being taken in on one mic, it's much harder to raise everyone to be at the same level. Now obviously you can go and buy a mic for each individual person, but that is more expensive. So this is a good cheaper solution to it, but it's much harder to deal with. Finally, the microphone I'm going to be talking about is shotgun mics. So these are fantastic for both vlogging and sitting at your desk like I am right now. I'd be more than happy using a shotgun mic. They tend to pick up sound in one direction. So it is perfect because it literally just picks up what you're saying. You know, you don't have any of the sound around you. The only issue with them, if you want to say it as an issue, is they have to be very close to your face in order to be able to pick up that sound a lot of the time. But yeah, so there are of course a lot of other types of microphones, a lot of different places that they can pick up sound. But these are just the ones that I've decided to mention in the video. I feel like they're the most useful ones for the different types of things that you're going to be using in videos for like this sort of a thing. So anyway, moving on. So the next choice that you've got is the input type for a microphone. So you've got USB, sort of like a 3.5mm jack type thing. You know, like you would have had in old phones. I don't have one on mine, but you would most likely have seen one before. They're the type that, as I say, you'd plug into a phone if you are recording with a phone and want better audio in there. Cameras, they take these as well. A lot of the time, I don't think I've seen a camera taking something else. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So they're the type of microphones that you'd want for that. Yeah, so with them, that's the sort of situation where I'd probably get one of them as a shotgun mic, because they'd be quite good in that situation. The next type is a condenser microphone, which is probably the most expensive, mainly because you have to buy multiple things for it. So you've got the microphone itself, and then you've also got an audio interface. Yeah, the way it works is it's sort of like you plug it into the audio interface, and then that goes from the audio interface into your computer, or whatever you're recording the sound off of. This is more expensive overall, as I've said, but it can produce much better audio quality with the way that it like transmits the audio through, and because of what it's transmitting it through, it makes it better. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but all you need to know is it makes it better, basically. And the final type is a USB microphone, which can still get really good results with, better than with a condenser microphone if you know how to use it properly. Overall, it's a plug and play type thing, so you can just plug it in and start talking and it will pick you up. You might have to install a couple of things, but that's sort of quite rare. But yeah, it can be worse, and you have less flexibility with what you're actually doing with that audio. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say for this. Yeah, if you want to leave a like if you enjoyed it, and if you're new around here, definitely consider subscribing, because there are quite a few people that watch my videos that are not subscribed. So it'd be really nice if you could join in and just help the channel out. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments, or if you think I've got anything wrong in this video, also leave them in the comments. And yeah, thanks, and I will see you next time. Peace.